Yep, there it is. 40. 42, 40. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Hack Shack. Another rainy day in Southeast Texas, imagine that. This may or may not be the video that you've been waiting for. I don't know. But I'm gonna try and finish the AC in the rat rod because I'm running out of time. So, if you remember, a couple weeks ago, I got the inside box mounted, the compressor mounted, and the condenser mounted. And I started on plumbing and I ran out of fittings and I forgot to order them and I forgot to order them and I forgot to order them. And then I ordered them from Old Air Products and paid $46 to 2-day air them because they didn't offer next day. And they're in Dallas, by the way, and I'm in Houston area. I ordered them on Wednesday, paid $46 to 2-day them. They didn't ship them out till Thursday evening, so I'm not getting them till Monday. So I paid $46 for absolutely nothing. So yesterday afternoon, I drove to Houston, bought 2 fittings so I could finish this stinking video today. So, today, tomorrow. It's Saturday. You're going to see the video on Monday. The video's going to come out on Monday. And then I'll, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. So I guess let's get this weekly update video out of the way. And then we'll go to work on that. So weekly update part, all those parts that were over here, they're now over there, and some are over here, and this is that LT1 that had the LT4 blower. It's just halfway stuck together so we could paint it. We put head studs in it, but heads are not bolted or not torqued down. They're just sitting there. Valve covers are just on there so we could paint it all together. So it's painted. So the water pump and stuff's all painted. Oil pan's painted. I put some of those bronze bushings in the rockers in this motor and the LSX 454. So it's also painted. Rockers are in. Everything's torqued. It's ready to go together. I got the upper half and the snout or whatever you want to call it from this Frankenstein intake at powder coat. Zach over at B4, he's powder coating that. And then we'll get this motor together and it'll be ready to go in the truck whenever we get it back. This one, we put the camshaft in it and we locked out the VVT with the little tool and stuff from Michigan Motorsports where I bought that. The lockout piece came from BTR, but the tool came from Michigan Motorsports. Also, the rocker trunnion kit, the bushings came from Michigan Motorsports. This one was a Summit kit, but it's exactly the same. Whoever's making those is selling them to everybody. So, anyways, it's we put a BTR. I want to say it's a stage 3 supercharged cam for a LT motor. I think that's what it is. I think it's stage 3. But it was made for a supercharger. It's a pretty rowdy looking cam by the specs. And this motor is LT1 out of like a Vet or a Camaro. So it's got the adapters to put the supercharger on. So we just went ahead and painted them also. And now we got valve springs and push rods and lifters and stuff to put in that motor. So that's about the update I got for those. What in the world have you got going on?
I don't want to carry out my tools like that.
Oh, let me get this door for you. And let's see what you can show us what you're doing.
Working on the camera.
Working on the track shack.
Yeah.
So we went this morning and got treated plywood for the floor and treated 2x2s and some 2x4s to redo the framework inside. She has got this thing freaking gutted. And I think she took a video of that. And if she did, I'm going to put it right here. Just a video of her tearing it apart. And it's right here. Boop.
Okay, my phone went dead earlier, but here is where I'm at now. All cabinets except for that one and this one are taken out. Next, I'm gonna take out the water tank, the pump, and all this plumbing, because I'm gonna redo it. Plus, this is all nasty and pieced together. Gotta fix this wall. That's the wall that's rotten. As you can see, the wood is all gone. I mean, it's there, but it's missing. Down there too. And then work on the flooring and corner piece right there. I need to take out all this and the ceiling still. But I first want to try to put some kind of new wood in there to support the wall. I don't need it collapsing down on me. But and it's only Monday, and we got it yesterday. Today is Wednesday, and this is the progress I have on the camper. I took yesterday off because the roofers were at our house re-shingling our roof. But this is what I have so far. Slowly stripping it down to find all the rotten wood. So I know how many 2x2s I need to replace. I have a mess to clean up. Okay, I said I was gonna do one wall at a time, but instead of making 50 million trips to the hardware store, I decided to completely gut it, figure out what wood all I need. The only thing I have left is this piece of ceiling. And then I could determine how much of it I need to replace. I know the floor for sure back there. All right, so it is Thursday, and I got the rotten wood, some of it taken out of the floor. I still got to do this piece because it's rotten back here still. I may end up removing the whole entire floor and redoing it. Okay, about an hour later, I got all the plywood. Now I just got to replace all this.
So, this is what it looks like right now, and she's fixing to get to work on some framework. She's a pretty badass carpenter. She's better than me. Anyways, so that's what this looks like now. And I pulled the hubs off, and I checked because I've already bought wheels, or I had the wheels powder coated, and I bought tires for the little trailer that I was going to build for Drag and Drive. But they fit on here. So I'm gonna put new bearings and seals. Well, I'll probably just get some new hubs because I can't rob the ones off that trailer. It has to have some. So get some new hubs. These are Chevy car pattern, and new bearings and seals, and put it all together, and it'll have brand new tires and wheels. I got 3 matching tires, 2 aluminum wheels powder coated black, and then I got just a spare wheel. We're gonna get rid of the propane tank, and I'll put a spare on the front, little mount for the spare tire. What do you need?
I was just looking.
Is it shaky? If you need some more jack stands, you can just jack the front up with this jack and then put some jack stands under the frame and let it down on them. And it'll be a little more stable if you need to. All right, so that's the camper update for now. There'll be more throughout the video. This truck, we were tied up on some other stuff, so this truck really, didn't get a whole lot done, but I got the downpipe all tacked together and exhaust all the way to the rear end. It's all fitted, and that's as far as I got on it. Brian with the 57 called me Thursday night. He exploded the T5 transmission in it, so I went over there to help him pull the transmission out and stuff yesterday, and then came back and worked some more on these LS motors, or LS and LT motors. So we had a full week and really got a lot of stuff done. The big thing I got done is the D100 chassis is finished. I got it covered up because we were painting those motors, and freaking shop leaks, and it has not stopped raining since the hurricane, I don't think. But this thing is done, and it is, for stock frame, this thing is pretty fine. I'm really, really happy with how it came out. So fuel lines are done, all mounted to the frame. I drilled and tapped all these clamps in, no self-tappers. Like I said in the last video, these two wires are temporary. They're just zip tied up. They're gonna go into the cab once we get the body on there. The air ride works. I can show you that real quick. That's pretty cool. So hook up the battery cable, flip on the breaker. I don't know why this thing does that, but here's the airlift controller, and we're gonna go English, and then we're not gonna calibrate it right now. Then we can go, level 3 is like all the way up. Oh, it's doing manual, so I can just lift it all up at one time. I'm gonna flip this off real quick because the compressors they're not loud, but it's probably loud on the video. But that's all the way up. And I guess I'll set this camera up and show you it. Let's see. Ooh. Phone's a little heavy for this stupid thing, I guess. Let's see. Put it right there. I think you can see it pretty good. Put that back on real quick. All right, so that's that, and working and ready to go. What else? Oh, brake lines. I did. It's all stainless. Stainless brake lines throughout. I just ran those over to a T here, and then run a stainless braided line to the master cylinder, and that one's for the rear. Those are done, and the flaring tool I got from Summit is really awesome. If you plan on doing stainless brake lines, I recommend this tool. And I'm sure everybody makes it, but I bought this one from Summit. It's really good. I didn't catch a video of me flaring the brake lines, but either way, if you're looking at one of those, it's highly recommended. None of this crap. I have like 4 of those. None of them will hold 3/16 brake line worth of crap. So there's jack stands outside.
I like this one. It has a wide mouth.
That's what she said.
Where you going, Craig? Craig's avoiding raindrops and hanging out in the air conditioning today. So I got a new sponsor who's not really a sponsor. He just wanted to help out, didn't want his name on anything, and he hooked us up with this little inverter generator for the back of this camper. That'll keep us cool and give us some power on the race week deal. So pretty stoked about that. It's brand new, never been ran. We gotta check it out and get it going. It's supposed to be super quiet. But I guess that is about it for the weekly update. So I guess we need to move on to the air conditioning. Also, I forgot to mention that Doug Crow at Crow Tools sponsored me this little toolkit for us to take on race week. It's a Blue Power. It's like their Cornwell economy line, but it's a nice set. Got some wrenches and a few pliers and screwdriver with all the bits and some hex keys, Allen sockets, what I call them. Some 1/4 and 3/8 ratchet. Pretty neat kit, and we appreciate every little bit. Helps us a lot because this stuff's going to be expensive. So, thanks, Doug. So, remember that fitting I told you I drove to Houston for? Yeah, looks kind of funny. I thought it looked kind of funny. He said, "Oh no, that's reduced barrier hose. Blah, 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 blah." Yeah, see that? Don't fit. Oh my gosh. So now, this is an 8. It doesn't, I mean, obviously it doesn't fit the hose right. It's too small, but the crimp fitting fits perfect. So now I'm gonna try to steal this off of here and put it on here so I can, So that didn't work out. Imagine that. So cut this thing off with a cutoff wheel. This is the one that's way too small. And it's a suction side, so how about some hose clamps? If it doesn't work, I got some $46, well, 46, whatever. I got shit coming in that might work. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna pull a vacuum on it. If it holds a vacuum, I'm gonna charge it up. I don't care. If I lose a couple cans of Freon, that's the worst of it, and I'll replace that fitting. I should have plenty of hose. If not, I'm so over this crap. I just want it to work. So I got this one set up. I got to mark it. I have it marked. Now I got to take it over there and crimp it. So I got to pull this off, and then we'll go over the table and crimp it, and I'll show you that. Hey, in or out, okay? I got the AC going. You can't be wearing out my light bill over here. I like them safety glasses. All right, so we're over here. Got the old manual crimper, and you just pick the size, which none of them say 10 SRB, so I don't know which one I would have used had the other thing worked, but maybe 8. But this is 6 and 8 SRB, which is, I don't know what the S stands for, but reduced barrier means the thinner hose, because this thing's China, and so it came with crappy hoses. If they work, great. If they don't, I'll have to get the fittings that go on the compressor so I can make all new hoses. Or, well, I have to make the 10 and the 8 because the 6 is a regular hose because I had one that actually fit perfect, if you remember from last week. But so you put them in there. You line this up. I don't know how I'm going to do this with one hand. I'm going to set this down for just a second. All right. So put it in there, line the lines up. I stick a little bit out here and a little bit out here, and then you just tighten it up. And I don't know what the proper amount of tighten up is, but it gets real tight. I stop. That should be plenty. You can always crimp more, but if you screw it up, you can't crimp less. So, but that looks, this is what, let's see. this is what the crimp should look like. I mean, this is like, perfect as far as I'm concerned. So, and this is ugly and gold, so I'll probably just wrap it or something because I don't want to paint it. They don't stick very well, so I'll just wrap it with something. Anyways, that's how you make an AC hose. I'm gonna put all this junk up and go back to work installing AC hoses, and then we'll get to wiring. Well, I'm gonna install the hoses, then I'm gonna pull a vacuum on. I'll show you that. Hoses are attached, tightened, new O-rings and everything. They on there. I use these wrenches. I got them from Vintage Air. They're little short wrenches and they keep you from over tightening this crap. So those are all on. I used oil, wherever the little bottle of oil. Vintage Air sends these with every kit and there's way too much in them, so I got a ton of them. Put a little oil on the O-rings, maybe a little bit on the threads, tighten them up with these. Should be good to go. So now I'm gonna hook up my cheap Harbor Freight Air operated vacuum pump that I've had for 20 years that works flawlessly every time. And put a little vacuum on it. So it's noisy. I'm gonna get that done and then I'll show you what's up. Remember where that is. It's about, I don't know, I'm gonna say 24 inches of vacuum if these Harbor Freight gauges are accurate. So I'm gonna go eat lunch, come back, and if it's still there, then I'm gonna shoot a can of Freon in it and see what it does. And then once we wire it all up, then I'll shoot 2 more cans of Freon in it, or 1, or however much it needs. We'll just watch the gauges, but I got to figure out some of this wiring stuff because I either lost the directions or it did not come with directions. I'm pretty sure that this has to go in the evaporator somewhere, but I can't find a hole in the box, so I don't really know what to do with it. I'll do a little research when I eat some lunch. It's 1 o'clock, so it's time to feed the fat boy. I'm going to eat lunch. You going in or are you staying out here?
No, I'm staying.
You need a fan in here. It's hot.
That one blowing up in here.
You're sweaty.
I'm always sweaty.
No, you're not.
When I'm out working, yes.
Too bad your husband doesn't have an air-conditioned shop for you to work in.
It's okay.
It's too much mess for in there. Once we get the wood done, we can move it in there. I got a spot for it. I just don't want all that crap sucked into the ACs. We should have left the window unit in it and worked in the AC. Hard-headed.
No, because I need to.
Anyway, I gotta go feed myself. I'm about to starve to death. About to wither away to nothing. All right, lunchtime's over. Looking at these gauges, didn't really move. So I think we're clear to shoot a can of Freon in it and just make sure everything holds while I wire it up. So I'm gonna grab that stuff and get back to it. shot a can in. We're at about 63 pounds or so. Didn't get all the Freon in it because I can't turn it on just yet, but gonna get to the wiring, and I don't know what I did with the stinking directions for this thing. But it looks like we got a main power, ground, switch wires, fan wiring. I just have to figure it out. It looks like the main power and ground goes into it, into the compressor, into the battery. And then these wires look like they come off of the compressor probably and plug into the control, the switch. And then these wires look like they also hook to the compressor and go to the fan. So everything runs through the compressor, and there's a big fuse in here. But I don't know where the key on power comes from. Or maybe it just stays on, which would be fine. You know, as long as you just turn the switch off. Because I turn the battery off always anyways. I don't know. And I couldn't find anything on this, but every other AC that I've ever installed, this goes into the evaporator. So that's what I'm going to do. So I guess I'll just set the GoPro up in here and go to town on that because it's too hard to wire and video and all that at the same time. I'm trying to talk my daughter into being a cameraman for me. We'll see. Okay, enough digging. And somewhere on eBay, I found some pictures of the instructions on how to wire this thing. So I thought I was going to have to throw it away for a minute. I guess I lost the instructions, by the way, because surely it came with instructions on how to wire this thing. So now we are back to our regularly scheduled program. Sorry. Not really sorry, but whatever. It is what it is. Now we're going to start wiring it. Pull it to you? Like pull it to you?
I did.
Okay. What'd you get done?
Got most of the rotten wood. Old wood. I cut off the rotten, most of it. I've got a few of them,
Oh yeah, you got the front wall done.
and I got the front.
All right, we got to cut it short today. We're gonna go see a movie with the kids, the grown adult children. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. Later. All right, new day, Sunday. Video's coming out tomorrow, Monday, and I gotta have AC working in that junk today. So let's go check on her real quick. Oh look. You fixing your hair or you fixing a camper?
I gotta fix my hair so it's not in my face so I can fix the camper.
Oh, okay. Well, we went and saw the new Deadpool movie last night. That was good.
Hilarious.
Yeah, go see that if you're into movies.
Not little kid rated.
Obviously, it's Deadpool. Well, she's still on this thing. Fixing to start on this back wall where it's all junk. And we'll check in with her in a minute. Let's go do some AC work. Have fun.
Close the door behind you so
What?
I'm not making noise for you.
Oh, okay. I was
Out in here banging.
trying to give you some AC.
No, I'm good.
You heard her. All right. I got to pick this thing up and do some wiring underneath. I also need to change the starter because it's an O'Reilly starter and it's making some bad noises. So while it's up in the air, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's wired. I guess here goes nothing. Make sure these are off. And oh, I need to connect the. I gotta put the wires back on here. We'll have a problem. The old O'Reilly starter had enough, I guess. I don't know why. They warranty it, no problem, but. And it's supposed to be a new one. But I figured while the headers are off, getting Cerakoted, probably be the best time to change the starter out. Okay, now. All right, watch for smoke. My battery's on and nothing exploded. So, blower works. Compressor's running. Yeah, it's super quiet too. Okay, so it pulled down that. You put a little, open that up and get the rest out of this can. Pulling her down. Kicked off. Guess the pressure, it's got an internal pressure switch, I guess, or maybe a temperature deal. I mean, it's blowing cool, but it's 72 degrees in the shop, so. Just wait on this compressor to kick back on. Fan kicked off. See what happens. Do like that. I think that turns the compressor off. Oh yeah, okay, the green light comes on when you do that. Compressor's back running. Pulled me down to 34-ish. Let me grab another can of Freon. All right. All right, I'm not very good at charging AC in the AC, so I may have to bleed some out when I get it outside and it gets hot. This pressure may go up too high. I got it right at about 200 and it's showing 30 on the low side, but it's running wide open. The compressor's cool. The condenser's blowing warm air, but it's not super hot. Across the condenser, the fan. This thing is blowing ice. I bet you could hang meat in that thing. Golly. And it's quiet. That's the best part. So I don't know how long it's going to last or what it's going to do, but I can use my digital thermometer. Let's see. All right. Oh, look, it's showing it's 72.7 degrees in the shop right now. 72.0. Let's see what this thing is blowing out. It feels colder than that, but that's what it's showing. There it is. 46. 45. Cold and pretty quiet. Compressor's so quiet. Fan's pulling good air. That'll help with the transmission cooler too. I just hope it doesn't put too much hot air in the radiator. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm gonna go get Juanita and let you see her reaction to how cold it is. Guard dog.
Oh, that's gonna freeze me out.
Huh?
It's gonna freeze me out.
I put the thermometer on, it's showing 46 degrees coming out of there.
Yeah, that's cold. And it's right behind my seat too.
That's running. It's almost, the compressor's silent. The only thing you hear is the fan and the blower. I don't know, y'all. $600. $600 AC kit off eBay. I mean, if it lasts, this is...
One's going in the milk truck.
I don't see why not. I mean, although you got room for a compressor, so we can buy the one with the regular compressor and just put an underdash like this in there. Probably buy a better one for the milk truck because she has room. I don't have room. But wow, it's kicking. So I pulled the capillary tube out just to make sure it was going to blow in there. And I think that's going to sense temperature, so I may just leave it out so it stays blowing cold all the time. Because the pressures it's up to like 235s on the high side. And like I say, it's cool in here. It might get too hot. I may have to bleed a little bit off because I'm not good at charging with the big bottle. But I ran out of Freon. As you saw in this freaking time lapse, when I popped the can off the can tap, the O-ring came with it, so I didn't notice it. I lost a bunch of Freon out of my last can of Freon. So I got this big jug. Still learning that, but so far so good. Wow, this thing is cold. So, all right, let's see what you've been doing.
Not much.
Not much, my butt. I see the windows out of it, and
I had to take the window out to get.
you got to get the screws back into the new wood.
Yeah. Well, the window goes in and then you screw it to both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to be able to screw the screws into the new wood.
But I had to get it out so I could get the new wood. That's about as far as I got.
Wow, that looks good.
So we have an extra 2x4. I'm debating if I want to put it across here or do 2 legs.
I like the leg idea if you use those
Because
plates.
I was thinking-
That'll support the window unit, support the AC, yeah.
And I mean, I got extra 2x2 so I could connect them.
Yeah.
legs
Yeah,
and stuff,
I think, I don't know. It's hard to say. If you put it across, that'll make the camper stiffer this way, and then you could put legs in between them.
In between them.
That might be the thing to do.
Okay.
Because that 2x4 going across there is going to hold that window unit. That thing don't weigh nothing. So I think that's what I would do. It's already way better.
Yeah.
Way better. Awesome. Doing a killer job. You're pretty good at working with wood. Better than me, anyway. Killing it, as always. If you need me, holler. I'm going to go do some more on that thing. I may go try to meet up with Zach and get some of those parts so I can start putting it together. Because he's got some stuff powder coated already. You serving tacos or what? I can't put that in the video. Golly.
No, I'm not serving tacos.
Okay. Well, if you're not serving tacos, I'm going back in here.
Adios.
Back from Zach's. Got all these pieces powder coated in penny vein. So cool looking. And then I did go to Brian's, another friend of mine, and got some insulation for the camper that he had left over from a job. So now, gotta check the progress. Looking good. Told you I'd get you in a video. Turn signals and taillights tinted just a little bit with this VHT nightshades. Used this before, like 20 years ago. Seemed to work pretty good. I put a couple of coats on there. You can still tell they're red. It ain't perfect, but again, it's a rat rod. So it came out pretty good. There's time. Now I'm gonna start putting some of this stuff together. I got all my Morimoto light covers and holders or whatever, mounts. Put all that together, put all my switches back in. I added a power, USB power, and this, well, that's where the screen goes. I'm gonna go ahead and put the screen back on, I can put my license plate back on, the light, my trailer plug, all that stuff back on here. Then I can put my radiator mounts back on. So we're gonna time lapse all of that stuff. Here we go. Okay, well, it's been a long weekend.
It has.
Somebody's been working her butt off all weekend on a camper.
Yep.
So show us your camper so you can go back inside and order us food. And then I'll finish the video. Look, it's Craig. He thought we forgot about him, just like the other dog. Where are you going? Where are you going? Yeah. Okay. Show me what you did.
A lot.
I know. I know what you did. They don't know what you did. So show them what you did. Holy crap, new floor.
New floor, new back wall. I'm doing the roof joists now. I gotta replace these
Yeah.
and get a new vent. And then I started on this one as well. I got a few boards I've got to replace. But it's got a floor.
Yes, it has a floor that will hold my big butt up.
Yes.
So great job. As always, you're a badass. So lights out back here. And then she's walked by these 100 times. I don't know if she knows what they are, but I may or may not have upgraded the turbos for the Diamond T.
I've seen them.
Billet wheel, 78, 75. Same turbo, billet wheel. Should spool easier and make a little more turbo noise maybe. Anyways, so
Hi.
all right. So I went to a powder coater, got stuff as you saw earlier. I installed a bunch of it. The door handles. This is penny vane. I don't know if I told you that already. If I did, whatever. You know now again. Inside door handles, window cranks, outside door handles. I broke the crap out of the mirror, so I had to order another one. What a disaster installing that was, and I don't even know why. Just stupidity happened. So I got a new mirror coming. Gonna have to get that repowder coated. Sorry, Zach. I appreciate you, but I need you to do one more mirror post. Radiators mounted back on the mounts. They're powder coated. The license plate and trailer plug bracket, penny vane, it's mounted. Door handles, and we have a good mirror over here. It went on perfect because I learned my lesson on that one, not to be an idiot. Don't know if y'all saw this while I was doing the time lapse. It's kind of dark in here. Hopefully you can see it, but I built a little panel that screws to the roll bar for the switches to go in between the seats, just because I'm trying to keep this thing as simple and light as possible. AC's all back here. Everything's back there. There's nothing AC, not even electrical up front. It's all right here. I got to put the drains in, which I forgot. There's the hose. I pre-drilled the holes. You can see the light down there. I got to make those holes a little bigger and run the hose out, but that's it. And then once I put the seats in, I think I'm gonna duck this one over this way and over here to my shoulder, and the rest of them are gonna just stay open. I don't see any reason for them to be vented. That thing puts out so much cold air that I believe this cab is gonna stay pretty cold with it running. If it doesn't, I'll move some ducts around, maybe like in between the seats or something. But we'll figure that out when the time comes. It blows cold as hell. Well, that's pretty stupid. It blows extremely cold. I'm very happy with that. So hopefully it lasts and works You saw me put those together and put them on. Those are Morimoto 4-bangers, which they only have 3 lights in them. And so that's a really stupid name, but whatever. These are the LED turn signals. I just tinted them black, which you saw. I can show you what they look like on. They look like they wouldn't shine through that, but they actually work pretty good. See, I did the taillights the same. They're right here. Assembled them. I just haven't installed them yet. And there's my reverse lights, same lights as the front. Haven't mounted that yet, but it's just as bright as they were, I believe. So, pretty happy with that. Things really coming together and looking like a much nicer truck. I mean, it's still rat rod and rough around the edges, but I'm adding this, 2 USBs with a little voltmeter, which the Holly shows the volts, but it's on there. That's just how they sold it. But USB for like a phone charger or whatever. Mounted the switches back in. This is what I had on there. It's vinyl. Juanita is going to cut me a piece of acrylic and laser etch it like way nicer, like she did the front of the golf cart. I don't know if I showed y'all that in previous videos, but it's like a gold and black acrylic. I think it'll be gold with black words. Really, really awesome stuff. So hopefully you'll get to see that in the next video. And all this stuff will be mounted, and I'll be putting the turbos back on. Hopefully they're getting the hot sides are getting Cerakoted and the headers are getting Cerakoted. So hopefully I'll be putting that back on next weekend. And then if the weather holds out and everything works out, in 2 weeks, we're going to go to the drag strip. Try this dude out on the actual track. So I think that's going to conclude this video. I appreciate y'all watching. We gained quite a few subscribers this week, and we crossed over 1,000 just recently, like 2 weeks ago. A little less than 2 weeks ago. We crossed over 1,000 mark. I appreciate y'all. I still can't believe that that 1,000 people, well, now almost 1,300 people want to watch what I'm putting out. And I appreciate it, and keep them coming. Keep watching. And I'll keep trying to put out good stuff every week. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. Later.